Hi everyone, this is Susie. Today I'm going to be making a ensalada de nopales, which is a cactus salad. And these are the ingredients we'll be using. I have 1 cactus, some cilantro, white or red onion, it's your choice, some tomato, some chile de arbol, and a little bit of salt. And once we have that ready, I am going to cook the nopal, which is a cactus. I'm going to cook that and then we're going to prepare the salad, okay? And then what I like to do is I take the salad and then I just pour it over my pinto beans that I just made right now. And I sprinkle a little bit of the queso fresco on top, which is a Mexican vegan cheese that I make as well. So that's it. So let's get started. So I have about 2 cups of the cactus that I cut in small pieces. And now we're just going to cook this. So I added some water and now I'm going to add a little bit of salt. This is according to your taste. And I'm also going to add a few leaves of cilantro. And I'm going to leave them like this whole. I'm not going to chop them or anything. That way they're easy to pick out when I'm done. Okay? And you could also add some garlic, some whole cloves of garlic to this if you want, or some onion as well. You can add white or red onion to this if you wanted to give it a little bit more flavor, but since I'm going to be adding that to the salad, I'm not going to do that right now. But I do like the flavor of the cilantro. But it's optional, again. You don't have to add the cilantro, but I like the way it tastes, okay? Pretty good. Okay, so while our nopales are cooking, I turned on my comal so it's really hot, and I'm just going to add 1 chile de arbol, and I'm just going to dry roast this. And be careful because these can be, well, these are very hot, so it's probably better if you use some tongs. And I'm just going to dry roast them, and these take but like 10 seconds. And you don't have to do this. This is just the way the way we eat them, because it tastes like really smoky. It gives it like a smoky flavor, so I really like that. If you don't want to do, you can skip this process altogether, and this is already done. Ah! Okay. You see, it's pretty... Okay, la canción. I'll be back. I'm back. Okay, you see how it's really charred? It's really nice. If you don't want to do this, you can always just use some red chili pepper flakes. Or you can use some jalapeno or serrano instead, okay? The fresh one. You can just chop that up and add it for your spice. So here I have prepared my tomato, white onion. Again, you can use red onion instead, and some cilantro. And now I'm just cutting up my chile de arbol. And again, you can use gloves or something because this is pretty spicy. And what I'm doing is I'm just cutting it into small pieces, and I would probably, oh pues, I'm making such a mess today. Okay, anyways, what was I going to say? Oh, start with half, because if it's too much, that way you don't end up with like all this cut up chile. Well, you can always just use it for like your pizza and stuff, so you can still like cut it up and use it for your pizza instead. So I'm just going to leave that there in case I need some more of it. And can you see? Let me see. Can you see? Yeah. There you go. So this is what the nopales are starting to look like. They have changed color already. And it takes about 30 to 40 minutes for them to be done, okay? Or according to your taste. If you don't like them that well done, you can cook them in like 20 minutes. So it's been about 25 minutes, the nopales are done, so I'm just going to turn that off and I am going to strain them and take out the cilantro. And just so you know, the 2 cups that I had made turned into 1 cup. So just so you know, it does shrink about half the size, okay? So here are the ingredients for our cactus salad. And just so you know, I did rinse these out in cold water so that, because they were too hot and I didn't want to mix it with the rest of the ingredients that were cold, that way it would cook it if these were super hot, okay? So I did rinse those out, or you can let them cool, take them, just leave them out and let them cool all by themselves, or you can rinse them out with cold water. So now we're just going to assemble the salad, so I'm just going to add the nopales. some fresh cilantro, and this is according to your taste, you know, as much as you like. Tomato and onion. And some of the chile. And a little bit of salt. Isn't that beautiful? So beautiful. So we're just going to stir that really well to combine. And if you want to add more tomato or more onion or more cilantro or more salt, you just, you know, season it to your taste, to your liking. Okay? So here it is. Isn't that beautiful? It's so beautiful. All the colors. It's beautiful. Okay? So just so you know, this is how I would eat it. I would get some of the beans that I just made, and I would pour some of that salad on top, and then I would sprinkle some of the cheese on top of the salad, and then I would just heat up some corn tortillas and just eat it with eat it with a spoon, like almost like a soup. So that's how one way that I like it. Okay, and I'll probably be doing that in a little bit, but just so you know, in case you just want to know how I eat it. And I'm just going to go over a couple of things with you before I do that. So the other thing that this salad is good for is for like, you know, gatherings, get-togethers and things like that. So what I do sometimes is when I go over to like my in-laws and stuff, they have a barbecue, my sister-in-law will make some bean tacos for us. So she'll just do like some refried beans and fold them in half with the refried beans in the middle. So they'll put those on the grill, and then I'll take some of like my nopal salad and I'll put that into the taco, and then I can add a little bit of guacamole there as well, and also I can put some hot sauce, which she likes. I learned it from her, which is my tomatillo and scallion salsa, which is really, really good. So that's another option, like if you wanted to make this salad for like a gathering, a barbecue or something like that. That is something also that you can do with the nopal salad. And if you did do that, what I would do, like let's say you make your salad, so now that it's done, I would just sprinkle the cheese on top of it. And then just once you're there, you know, when people are grabbing it or something, you can just like stir it up a little bit. I wouldn't stir it too much because this is not like the regular cheese. It will kind of like disintegrate a tiny bit. So for that reason, I would just sprinkle it on top, and it gives it a little bit of like a cheesy, salty flavor. So it's really, really good. And so this is a great potluck or picnic salad to take with you. Okay, so the other thing that I was going to tell you, oh yes, about the nopales. So if you don't like the slimy flavor texture of the nopales, what you can do is you can pressure cook them. I learned this from a lady on YouTube. She pressure cooks the cactus for like 10 minutes or so, and you can add, you know, the salt, the cilantro, the garlic, the onion, whatever you add to your cactus. You know, you cut it up in pieces, you add the water and all the ingredients, and then you pressure cook it for like 10 minutes or so. It should be enough time, 10 to 12 minutes. And then it doesn't come out like slimy. It's a miracle. Like, it won't come out slimy like it usually does if you do it on a stovetop. So that's a little tip for you if you don't like that aspect of the cactus. And then the other thing I was going to tell you about the beans, the way that I cook them. I do have a video on how to cook pinto beans, but what I do is I clean them, I rinse them, I soak them overnight for 12 hours, and then I just cook them with plenty of water, and for like an hour and a half. They're ready in like an hour and a half. And I just, after an hour, I add the salt, and then I just cook them for another half hour. So that's how I do it. A lot of people do it, they add the salt in the beginning, some people add it towards the end. So that's what works for me. And I also wanted to mention about the cheese that I make. It's made out of extra firm tofu. If you haven't seen my video, I have how to make queso fresco vegan. It's vegan queso fresco. I'll put the information down below. So basically it's extra firm tofu, it's salt, apple cider vinegar, and lemon juice. That's it. It's 4 ingredients. It's done in like 5 minutes. It's super easy and it tastes just like the regular thing. So I think that's it. So I apologize that this video is like super duper long, but I decided that I was going to show you, since I had all this stuff about what I was telling you about the barbecue. So what I would do is, let's say you're going to a barbecue and they're not going to have any vegan food and you want to take your own food. So you warm up your tortilla just so that it's soft and you can fold it in half. And then you grab some of your beans, whether it's black beans or pinto beans. I only have black beans right now. Okay? So then what you do is you warm up all your tortillas, you put your beans and you fold them in half, and then you just stack them up, and you can just put them like in a container, so that whatever container you're going to take, you store that, and when you get there to the barbecue, you just grab, take your tacos, you put them on the grill just to heat them up, and let's say that this has already been heated on the grill, and so now I added a little bit of guacamole, and now I'm going to add a little bit of the ensalada de nopales, and just a little bit of the cheese. Like I said, the cheese would be in there already, so. And then a little bit of the tomatillo hot sauce that I have the recipe for. And there is your vegan taco, okay? And that's it. So you just, Oh my god, it was amazing. That is so delicious, you guys. Ah! I'm so excited. I hope you give this a try. It's so good. This is amazing. Amazing. Okay, you guys, so here it is. By the way, that taco was delicious. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And now we're just going to give it a try. Okay, so you just heat up your tortilla, and you can always eat this like on a plate, put it on a plate if you want to use like maybe refried beans instead of the whole beans, and then put the salad on the side, whatever you want. Very good. This is so good. And just one last thing, the beans are at room temperature. I don't like them super hot because then they'll cook the tomato and the onions and stuff and the cilantro. So I'd rather them be like room temperature, or you can heat them up a little bit, or if you like them hot, you can eat them hot. It's up to you. And this is good like room temperature, it's good cold, it's up to you. So you can play around with the recipe. If you don't like the cheese, you can just eat it just like this and it's perfect. So I'm going to keep enjoying this. Thank you so much for watching. If I forgot to mention anything, I'll put it in the description box below. But I think that's it. So thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.